AskReddit by Connor105. What video game do you consider a masterpiece? It's an old game called Ultima 4. Way before internet was a thing and you had to figure it out by yourself. I invested many hours playing that game. We still haven't finished business lol. I was probably the Ultima 4 guru. I knew what spells ingredients you needed, where you could get them or where to buy them. I knew where to get the sunken we left here, get more hull points for the ships you could get. There was nothing I didn't know, or so I thought. Last fight is going down a dungeon, fighting the whole way through. I get my last guy down to the door, get asked the 3 questions that I knew the answer to, then it springs me a 4th question. What 4th question? What is it? Holy carp, I don't know. I answer wrong and it brings me back all the way to the surface to try again. I didn't have the strength to do it again. The idea of a game like that where the quest was enlightenment rather than kill the big bad was so revolutionary for its time. I will also say that U4 on an SMS emulator on an Android phone holds up super well as a mobile game even by modern standards. The Civilization series taught me more about science, history, wonders of the world, and strategy than any textbook. Also not to fuck with Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi. Worms 2, the original. Roping in Worms 2 was truly an art form. I really miss those online games. It was my first experience of chatrooms and clans. Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I've been playing that shit for 20 years. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I can still hear the kid laughing. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. If you haven't played A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS, you should check it out if you have the chance. It was fun playing another story in the same locations. Doom, the classic one. Especially since you can play it on basic household appliances and calculators. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. When that game ended, I felt like I had been through something. Counter-Strike 1.6, it's 2004 and you stayed home from school. Fi. For me, Mass Effect 1, 2, 3. Everyone's experience can be a little different. The moments you can have with all the different characters really made it feel like you made some true friends. It felt like the story fully puts you in the first person narrative. I started out a good person in the first one, lost some of my moral values in the second one, found myself again in the third one when Earth really needed me. Never could quite find love again after Lyra, but I always had my best friend Garrus to have drinks in the Citadel and shoot bottles. My journey was slightly different. First game I was all goody two shoes. Second game I played a bit more loose with the law because fuck it, there's a threat that needs dealing with and most people seem to be less than helpful. Third game I went full renegade. As in it's either my way or the highway. All intelligent life in the galaxy is at stake. I don't have time to deal with your unimportant interpersonal relationships and politics. P. Second playthrough of all 3 games I tried going full renegade from the start, but just couldn't. Some of those choices are just bad or mean. So it turned into a 95% renegade, 5% paragon run. First game is definitely still my favorite though, purely because of the story and characters. StarCraft. I still consider Brood War to be the greatest game ever. Secret of Monkey Island. Everything about that game was a huge upgrade in comparison to Sierra's adventure games. And that humor is exactly my cup of tea. Shit yes. Day of the Tentacle a close second. Chrono Trigger. 100% agree. I have no objection paying for it on any platform because it is still fantastic and has aged very well. Subnautica. An absolute masterclass in so many things. The way the story is presented to you, so that you are in it rather than merely witnessing it around you? Masterful. The way its world is designed. Masterful. The way that music is leveraged along with the environments to instill terror in the player. Masterful. I think of this game as the prime example of why procedurally generated maps just can't match the power of a really well designed map. Generated maps have their place, of course, but the way that map moved you through the story, challenges, and resources and upgrades you need despite being an apparently open world is inspired. And even though it was obviously meticulously designed, it still felt completely organic. One of those games I really wish I could go back and play for the first time again. Castlevania SOTN. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, still as playable today as when it was originally released. Or whoosh it, here we go again. Diablo 2. With the expansion, I loved the addition of the druid and assassin. Half-Life, 1998. Hectoliters and Hectoliters 2 literally were game changers. Age of Empires 2. AoE 2 is a god tier game and I burned hundreds of hours playing it. A well executed RTS is one of the most replayable games there is, and AoE 2 is the gold standard. Kerbal Space Program. Yes. Let's just hope number 2 will live up. Super Mario World is peak Mario, only one that comes close is Mario 64. Super Mario 64 and Odyssey are phenomenal. 64 has weird camera stuff but it was way ahead of its time. Shadow of the Colossus. Aggro. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. I really miss Prince of Persia. They shouldn't have ditched that series. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR. HK-47 may be my favorite Star Wars character of all time. Okami. I have no idea if anyone will even recognize that game but it is absolutely incredible. A beautiful game based on Japanese mythology Shinto legend with an even more beautiful story and soundtrack. HD versions are currently out on Xbox, Switch, and PC. I believe PS5 too but I can't be sure. Seriously give it a try. Edit. Holy crap, this is my first comment that blew up. Thanks to all of y'all for all the upvotes and awards. The comment thread has been super fun reminiscing. I have purchased this game 3 times for different systems and I regret nothing. Final Fantasy VI, they squeezed the shit out of the SNES platform. Every last drop. The story was phenomenal. Gameplay, originality, characters, everything was awesome. Chrono Trigger, however, will live as the best RPG on this side of the Milky Way. The only game to ever get away with having a character suplex a fucking train and stay grounded in reality. Disco Elysium. I have never experienced a game like this in my life. Kim's my partner for life. The patience this guy had for you, my god. Spyro the Dragon. I mean the first Spyro game and the PS1 version. It's just consistent collectathon fun and that's all it needs to be a masterpiece. You can mess around with the all levels cheat code and do a fun of bingo speedruns and other types of odd speedruns. That raises it even higher for me. Man, I have no idea how many hours I spent pretending to be Spyro when as a child I played through 1 and 2 countless times and many years later I bought 3, but I know I would have loved it just as much. Spyro is always gonna be my favorite. Civ 5 is awesome. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and AMP 2. Fallout, New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas needs a remaster, damn it, it's so good.